What if an AI could do more than just follow commands? I mean, what if it could actually get what you're thinking, what you're feeling? That's what we're diving into today. What might just be the next giant leap for artificial intelligence. So let's just put it out there. Could an AI ever really understand you? Now, on the surface, that seems like a pretty straightforward question, right? But the answer is, well, it's incredibly complex. And look, we're not just talking about an AI that understands your words. We're talking about something way deeper. An AI that gets your intentions, knows your worries, and understands your goals. That's the heart of what we're going to unpack.
Okay, to really wrap our heads around this, we first need to talk about a fundamental human skill. It's called theory of mind. And honestly, it's something you and I use every single day, probably without even giving it a second thought.
So what is it? At its core, theory of mind is basically the bedrock of, well, all human social interaction. It's our built-in ability to guess what's going on in someone else's head, their beliefs, their desires, all of it. It's what lets us work together, feel empathy, and just communicate well. You could almost call it our social superpower. So that naturally brings us to the big question, right? What happens if we could actually teach this social superpower to an AI? And let's be clear, this isn't just some minor software update. No, this would be a fundamental shift in how we interact with technology, period. Okay, but why? Why even bother teaching AI to understand us? I mean, the AI we have today is already incredibly powerful. But here's the thing. It's also kind of blind. It can see what we do, sure, but it has absolutely no idea why we're doing it. It's completely missing a picture of our inner world. Let's break down that gap. Think about AI today. It knows your actions, your clicks, your approvals. It might even know some basic preferences, like that you prefer detailed reports. But now, look at an AI with theory of mind. This AI knows your intentions, what you're actually trying to achieve. It gets your worries, and it understands your big picture goals. The difference isn't just big, it's profound. So what's the end game here? The goal is to completely transform AI from a simple, reactive tool into a truly proactive collaborator. Just imagine an assistant that doesn't just sit there waiting for your next command. Instead, it anticipates what you need before you even ask. It adapts its communication style to yours. It smooths out the friction in your workflow. And, most importantly, it builds trust by showing you it actually gets you. Okay, this all sounds great, but how on earth does an AI actually learn all this stuff about you? Well, the core idea is pretty cool. It builds a kind of digital mind map of you, pieced together from all these different dimensions of your mental state. Think of these as the building blocks of understanding. The AI organizes what it learns about you into these categories, these dimensions. So it's not just tracking simple preferences. It's trying to figure out your intentions, your worries about a project, and even what you already know versus what you might need a little more explanation on. And how does it get this information? Well, it learns in three main ways. The first is just by observing your actions. The second is by finding patterns in those actions over time. And the third way is the most direct of all. You can just tell it. Here's a really simple example of that observing actions part. Let's say you reject a report and you leave a comment that says, missing context. Now, a basic AI just sees the rejection, but this AI, it connects your action to your comment and makes a little inference. It thinks, okay, this user worries about reports that lack context. It's a small step, for sure, but that's how real understanding begins. All right, so that's the how, that's the theory. But what does this actually feel like in the real world? How does it actually change the way you work? This right here is where it gets really, really interesting. So let's imagine a user. We'll call her Jane Smith. Over time, her AI has been learning and has built this little profile of her. The AI knows that Jane worries about compliance gaps in reports. It knows she desires really comprehensive documentation. It's picked up that she prefers visual summaries over big blocks of text. And it knows she gets frustrated when reports don't have enough context. Now, your standard AI assistant, it would just sit there, totally passive, waiting for Jane to spell out every single command, step by step. But an AI with this kind of understanding, yeah, it doesn't wait. Instead, it takes proactive steps. Because it knows Jane's worries and preferences, it automatically includes a full compliance section. It adds a visual summary right at the top of the report. It makes sure the analysis has plenty of context. But then, and this is the most crucial part, it explains why it did all of this. And that's the magic moment. The AI says something like this: I've included a comprehensive compliance section because I know you're concerned about compliance gaps.
See? It doesn't just do the work, it demonstrates understanding. That one sentence, it builds so much trust. It shows Jane that this AI isn't just a tool, it's a partner that actually gets how she works. That is a total game changer.
Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. An AI that understands you this deeply, that's got to raise some huge questions about trust, privacy, and control. And you're absolutely right. These can't be afterthoughts. They have to be built in from the very beginning. So let's start with the most important rule of all. Rule number 1. This capability is disabled by default. This isn't something that's just running in the background, snooping on you. It's off. You, the user, have to make the conscious choice to turn it on. The whole system is designed so that you are always in control. First, it requires your explicit consent. You have to opt in. Second, you can see exactly which dimensions are being tracked. Third, you control your data. You can even request deletions. And finally, you can set up policies that deny the AI from tracking more sensitive states, like your emotions or personal beliefs. The whole goal here is to make AI's understanding a totally clear, consented feature. It's not some opaque black box process happening behind the scenes. It's a tool that you are actively in charge of. So when you boil it all down, this is the evolution we're looking at. It's a massive shift from AI as a reactive tool, one that just follows commands, to AI as a proactive collaborator, one that actually anticipates your needs and adapts to you.
And that brings us to one last pretty fascinating question to leave you with. If an AI gets really good at understanding our intentions, could it, one day, start to change them? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.